Hi, this is Margaret from the CBM. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about drug design strategies. This is the chemistry of the project. One of the earliest ways of discovering drugs was by exploring natural substances. This has been done for centuries. Humans will taste something. If it tastes good, doesn't make them sick, they'll eat it again. And through trial and error, they've discovered various aspects of different plants and animals that have certain effects on human beings. This is how hallucinogens have been discovered. This is easily seen in indigenous peoples' medicine men, Chinese medicine. In Western culture, we've gone more and more towards the actual drug development, but the natural substances have been used widely for centuries. A lot of pharmaceutical companies have explored these earlier designs or discoveries by then extracting the substances and identifying which substances have the particular properties that they're looking for, whether it be a pain reliever, a hallucinogen, or a way of stimulating healing, and so on. If you're interested in this topic, there's a movie that came out in 1992 with Sean Connery called Medicine Man, and that explores trying to track down what the substance was that had certain properties that was beneficial to a pharmaceutical company. This is something that I think if I were able to live my life over again, this would be a really cool thing to do, because I like various cultures, understanding cultures and peoples. There are some problems with going into indigenous peoples and trying to extract the information about what works and what doesn't, and extract from the plants whatever it is that you're looking to identify as a substance that will work. One of them is you're bringing your culture into an isolated group. You're bringing your diseases into an isolated group. For instance, in the New World, explorers brought in smallpox that killed a lot of indigenous people. And you may be influencing them in a way that could destroy their culture. So a great deal of sensitivity, cultural sensitivity is needed to do this kind of work. And also, who gets the benefits? If the indigenous peoples have made the discovery and then you gain from it, shouldn't you be giving them some of the rewards? And what's the most appropriate reward for that group of people? So it's a balance between the chemistry and the culture, the anthropology of the group. So I think that nature is a really cool inventor, designer of drugs, that a variety of chemicals that can be used in a number of different ways to treat disease. So that's maybe the oldest form of developing drugs. More recently, pharmaceutical companies have developed these small molecule libraries where they may have tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of small molecules. And they'll do a computer screening once they identify a good drug target. Maybe it's a protein. They'll do a computer screening to identify 50 or 100 different small molecules that might fit in the binding pocket. And once they've identified these molecules, they'll use an automated system to pipette various concentrations of these molecules into little microtiter plates along with the cells that they're targeting and look to see if they have an effect at all. So this is a pretty standard practice these days. More recently, we've come up with something called rational drug design. And in rational drug design, we specifically look at the molecular interactions in the binding pocket of the protein. And then we design a drug that will interact directly on a molecular basis with the protein. This is a huge new field. If you're interested in chemistry and you're interested in medicine, this is a rapidly growing field, and this is actually the focus of Dr. Schiffer's work. So I think you'll find it very interesting and a great approach, and we'll go into this in more detail in the third video.